Trojan family, Trojan gang. Fight on forever's in a building. Today, I'm just finna give y'all some news and notes around SC. I've been gone. I ain't been able to make videos, right? Been missing for a couple days, but I'm back with some little news and notes that's going around with SC about our team, about this prestigious university, and it's rocking and rolling right now. USC is really getting in gear and getting it right. And speaking of getting in gear and getting it right, I gotta bring up Coach Henderson. Like, his legend just keep growing. The myth, the man, the legend, Henny, his lore, his aura just keep going. As time goes, you find more and more about Henderson. Now, I want y'all to check out with former Lions great, that wide receiver, number 21, right, at Georgia Tech, number 81 with Detroit, Megatron, Calvin Johnson. Now, Calvin Johnson was former teammates, right? His former teammates with Henderson, and Calvin Johnson talk about being teammates with Henderson. And when we finish check this out, it is add to Henderson lore. It's just gonna show y'all why this man is gold and he needs to be kept at all costs. You know what I'm saying? Now, this article is say USC Henderson may not have always been the coach, but he's always been a leader of men. Talk with the Lions great Calvin Johnson about his playing days with Henderson, once nicknamed Icky at Georgia Tech, right? Now, this is an excerpt from a longer Henderson feature that you can check out at the OG Register, right? It says sometimes Bilbo, I guess the coach at Georgia Tech, would do a no contact red jersey in practice in the early days of his time playing quarterback. When they lined up on opposite sides, Henderson would pop him anyway. Okay, Bilbo, he's the quarterback, right? He would have a non-red contact jersey on. They say Coach Henderson will pop him anyway, and he'll pick up Bilbo off the turf, telling him, "I'm just trying to toughen your ass up." And Bilbo follows. Sometimes they waited helplessly by the Georgia Tech apartment for an on-campus Stinger shuttle, needing a ride to the front part of the campus. They was often at the mercy of traffic, so Henderson would grow impatient, and declare that they all just simply sprint to the weight room. So first of all, Henderson always been Coach Henderson. He always been a dog, preaching that dog work. Like, imagine that. The quarterback got a red non-contact jersey on, but he still hitting the quarterback, talking about, "I'm just toughening your ass up." He always been Coach Henny. He just real authentic, that type of guy. He just that dude. Boost, like aura just boosted right there. Like, what? He was hitting quarterbacks with non-contact jerseys. My type of dude, right? Coach Henny did clear this as a player. You could get punished for that. He didn't care. I'm toughing the quarterback up. Then, where it was hard to get from the apartments to the campus to go to practice and go to the weight room and work out, Coach Henny would get impatient sitting in traffic and be like, "Man, let's just get out, let's run to the weight room." Like, eager. He already had that dog work. Like, we ain't waiting for nothing. Like, I'm not about to sit in traffic. Matter of fact, we can start the workout early and start sprinting right now. We could get some cardio in right now before we go to the weight room. I mean, it's Coach Henny, and this is Coach Henny as a young man, as a young pup, not with all the experience and knowledge he got on him now. He always had that right mentality. When I think about it, Coach Henderson got that Mamba mentality, right? He just called it dog work, and the group followed. So he always was a leader, right? If he like, we getting off these shuttles and we finna run to the weight room, that's what everybody was doing. Then it say sometimes they mobilize and hit the clubs in the days of Atlanta in the early 2000s. The early 2000s, Atlanta, you got the freak Nick going on. It's going down. It's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of trouble to get into. You know what I'm saying? Women, alcohol, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Henderson was always the rudder, though, the one to keep a head count. So he a leader, making sure we all organized. Like, hey, we coming together, we leaving together, and we moving as one, as a unit. We a team on the field and off the field, right? Never letting his teammates divide up. He had a sixth sense for trouble, Bilbo recalled. And as the rest of the group tried to talk up the girls, Henderson would scowl with a familiar phrase, something about to pop off, and then drag them away before a fight erupted, and they'd follow. So he already had a sixth sense. He knew trouble when he seen trouble was coming. Like, he was a man before he was a man. He got that sixth sense. He got that right mind state. Coach Henny just that dude, man. I ain't gotta speak and pump him up. At this point, it's just ridiculous. This man is gold. This man is what you need. This is who you want leading young men, because he was leading young men when he was a young man. Right? He was leading young men when he was a young man. Coach Henny. Keep Coach Henny at all costs. Give him whatever he needs. Right? He's a generational talent at coach. People say generational talent player. He's a generational talent at coach. Yeah, that's what Xavier Griffin uncle said. If I'm remembering right. And I'm like, he got a point. Eric Henderson is a generational talent at coach. Coach D'Anton Lynn is a generational talent at coach. And this is just more to Coach Henny lore, man. Some more other news and notes. I know y'all heard about USC talking about they got 12 million. I told y'all that like a week ago in the video. That USC had about like 12 million to 15 million NIL money. So the money is there. It's all about allocating it right, getting the right system in to where that money is used efficiently, properly, in the right way, and it's getting done and negotiated right? Because all this is money to be negotiated. It's like your salary cap money for players. So you got to get the right general manager type dudes in there. Like, USC would be smart to hire a former NFL general manager or NBA general manager, somebody who's used to, acquiring players via cash through contracts and on a certain salary budget. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we really need, like real general managers with experience. You know what I'm saying? That know how to, divvy out money to get championship roster. Right? So that's good to hear that it's north of 12 million. If it ain't like the 20 million like Ohio State, but that's decent. That should be able to have us in right. You know what I'm saying? That shit, 12 million should have us right. Oh, and if y'all got Instagram, go follow the boy Cardi Smith. You know what I'm saying? Get his followers up. You know what I'm saying? He want to get to 3K. Let's get him to 30K. You know what I'm saying? At least 10K. So go follow your boy Cardi Smith. That's family now. He Trojan. He throwing up that fight on like that's gang. He a part of this Trojan gang. You know what I'm saying? So go follow your kid, Cardi Smith. Other news, 4-star modern day Ed Sean Scott came through. You know what I said? We don't usually get modern day visits. Modern day kids don't usually deal with it. So hopefully, like, we can reel this kid in. Like, hopefully he feeling this new momentum and want to stay home and see the future and trajectory of USC, how great it's about to be. You know what I'm saying? How we about to get back to glory. And, I've always felt like if we running that top caliber, we fire on all cylinders, we got the top kids of California. We got the lion's share. You know what I'm saying? Out of the top 10 kids of California, we should at least be getting 4 or 5 every year. Half of that should be ours. And that's what we're trying to get back at. So why not start with Sean Scott? You know what I'm saying? He threw up the fight on. He looked happy on the pics. He looked good in that jersey too. So hopefully he'll want to stay home. Y'all should know about this kid, local star. He's a star. He one of the top players in the country. Top DNs. Top, he's like another edge DN type. You know what I'm saying? Another Brandon Shelby type of guy. You know what I'm saying? So bring him on down. We need to get pressure on that quarterback. Nick Brooks, the big offensive lineman, another massive big offensive lineman, like 600, 330, 40, something like that. Like just a tank. You know what I'm saying? Nick Brooks is just a tank. And he dropped his top 3. That's a competitive top 3, a great top 3. Georgia, recent national championship winners, 2 years ago? Texas, blue blood, they up on the rise, Sark down there, they trying to do their thing. And then you got us, USC Trojans. So like, it's gonna go down, right? That's his top 3 schools. So hopefully he see Cardi Smith, he see that commitment and see the momentum we got and how Coach Henderson is rolling. Coach Henderson got that sauce. Like we talk about Coach Henderson a lot and Deanton Lynn and them, rightfully so. But Coach Josh Henderson, low key, he been grabbing players. He grabbed offensive linemen at least that I like every year. Now they may not be ranked the highest, but they always be 6'6", 6'7", 300 pounds. Talking about beef, Josh Henderson been getting the beef, right? He been anti-Grinch, like forget all that speed stuff on offense in the trenches. He always been beefy. Like, we got Elijah Vicona with a 6'9" offensive lineman, 6'8" offensive lineman, right? So it's like he been getting size. So we getting him. This would be another 6'8" offensive lineman, right? We don't gonna have an offensive line in the future that's all 6'7", 6'6" and above. Hayden Trader 6'7", Elijah Page 6'7" and a half, almost 6'8". Like Tobias Raymond, he's 6'7". Then we throw in Nick Brooks, who's 6'8". You know what I'm saying? Cardi Smith, who's 6'6". Elijah Vicona, that's 6'8". I mean, that's a massive offensive line. Talking about playing in them trenches, like we gonna be Big Ten weather, cold weather. Oh, we can't sling the ball around. We gotta run it in the trenches. Oh well, and don't let us get Aaron Dunn, another 6. Man. Man, if we get Nick Brooks, it's on. You feel me? And Aaron Dunn, it's a wrap in the trenches. And then some other news, right? Zachariah Branch and Emmanuel Pregnon, they some freaks, right? They have been named to the athletics freak list for the most athletes, right? Zachariah is considered a freak because he benched 350 while having a top end speed at 23.3. Pregnon is the strongest at USC, having benched 315 10 times with a top end speed of 17.8. So basically, like these dudes is freak athletes. At their size, they shouldn't be able to do what they doing, right? And we got them freak athletes. That's 5-star talent. That's 5-star talent right there. You feel me? At USC. More on that, right? So, say Branch 10-yard split was 1.44 seconds. Only ECU's Chris Johnson, we know how fast he was in the NFL, right? And how electric he was. 1.40. Alabama's Henry Ruggs, who I got drafted by the Raiders, and I'm a Raider fan. You know, he caught the little DUI. He ain't in the league, but he was blazing fast. Like, he was catching bombs as a rookie. Outrunning. I remember I seen one highlight where he outran the DB. Then after that, outran the safety who had a 10-yard cushion on him. Like, crazy speed Henry Ruggs had. And Georgia's Malcolm Mitchell, 1.43, have gone faster at the combine. Right? So only 3 players, 2 that I know for sure that had legendary track speed, which is Henry Ruggs and Chris Johnson. Them the only players to have a faster 10-yard split is Zachariah Branch. Then Pregnon's 10-yard split, check this out. Pregnon's 10-yard split would have been the second fastest by any old lineman in the last 2 NFL drafts, bro. Like, stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. We gonna see y'all September 2nd. LSU Vegas, we gonna see about it. We about to see about it. Stop playing with us. Stop playing with USC. And speaking of playing, stop playing with Lincoln Riley's name, man. Stop playing with that boy Lincoln Riley. Y'all better put some respect on Lincoln Riley, right? Now, Lincoln Riley, 2 seasons at USC, been treated like it's been a total disaster. It's horrible. ESPN and Palm Fine Ball painted the picture like Lincoln Riley is dog water. He's a glorified OC. He don't know he need to be fired. He need to be out of town. They need to be trying to hire Deion Sanders, right? But check out Riley's record in his first 2 years at USC and other respected and established coaches at their university and how they first 2 seasons went. So you see right here, Lincoln Riley, his record versus James Franklin. James Franklin's job is very secure at Penn State. James Franklin get a lot of respect. And as he should, he's running a good program, right? His record the first 2 years was 14-12, with a losing conference record of 6-10, and he only averaged 21.9 points a game, a measly offense, right? But nobody was yelling, fire James Franklin. Check out Byron Kelly, his first 2 years at Notre Dame, right? He's highly respected, got poached by LSU, right? They got LSU ranked 11th, even though they lost a Heisman quarterback and their defense was trash last year. He's still respected, right? His record compared to Lincoln Riley's 19-8, his record is 16-10. 1-1 in the bowl, averaging 27.8 points. Stop playing with Lincoln Riley, man. Then look at Steve Sarkisian, right? Steve Sarkisian first 2 seasons was 13-12, barely over 500 in conference, 9.9. You know, Sark, he a good offensive mind, so he still averaged 35 points a game, but they was 13-12. So their defense had to be trash as well, right? Nobody was saying fire Sark, he only could coach offense, right? Nah, it was all good. And the only one with a better record his first 2 seasons is Jim Harbaugh, right? 1 more win than Link, 2 less losses, averaged 35.8 points per game, 13-4 in conference. He the only ones that is clearly better than Lincoln Riley. And see, he went out with a championship. We talk about all the cheating stuff later, right? That's another topic for another day. So y'all just put some respect on Lincoln Riley's name, man. We got receipts. Lincoln Riley ain't doing that bad. Lincoln Riley ain't doing that bad at all, right? And with him hiring this generational talented coaching staff on defense, watch it rock and roll. Watch it rock and roll. And all y'all USC haters that be checking out the channel, I appreciate y'all. But we gonna see y'all September 2nd. We gonna see about it. We gonna see y'all in Vegas. And when we whoop on LSU, the number 11th rank, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear this is a down year for LSU. Because they got the point spread. I think they a 10-point favorite or something. 7. Like, they got the point spread. And they ranked 11th. And they big back SEC. So when USC run through that, I don't want to hear nothing. Y'all better put some respect on USC name and Lincoln Riley name. And we coming. So until then, man, it's Carter Sports. It's Trojan City. It's USC. So let's go.